Now we're back over to the tubes, getting my morning fasted cardio in. Yes, there's some guy yelling in his backyard over across from here. I heard him all the way down the street. That's kind of weird. I have no idea what in the heck he's doing. Welcome to Texas. So we'll probably hear him in the background there. No idea what's going on. I don't know if you guys can hear it. He's pretty far away though. Like I heard it coming down the street all the way to this little wooded area. He's yelling some sort of cadence or something. I don't know, man. But it's back there being loud. I'm sure people will call the cops on him sooner or later. Really weird. But this is like my best area to walk, so I just have to deal with that in the background over there. And we'll see who comes in here, what they have to say, what's going on. It's a Saturday though, so we might get a decent little turnout in here. Who knows? Who knows? I've got a pretty good current events plan for today though. I was in a call yesterday, actually one of those consultations I do last night, and the guy gave me the perfect video to cover in the live. He sent me one of Joffrey. He's like, what's up with his arms lately? How much stuff is he on? He said, this guy's an enhanced lifter himself, younger guy. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, Joffrey's been pinning the hell out of those triceps. They're like full of so much stuff. Like he shoots the hell out of that lateral head. So that's gonna be a whole live stream tonight, I think. Great topic. What's going on, Da? Da, don't make me put you in timeout again, so behave yourself. But click that like button for Daddy, y'all. There's a bunch of you watching, there's no likes. Yeah, you were anything but, homie. Hey, Da, don't pull that stuff. You literally cry about overbulking, getting fat, and then won't listen on how to lean bulk. And then you're declaring yourself an alpha in here. That ain't how it works, homie. But if you guys will click that like button for Daddy, it'd be greatly appreciated. So let's get those up while we get this walk and this cardio done, all right? So, yeah, we got views, but nobody's liking yet. So we're just gonna walk along and do my thing. But hopefully a few more people get in here. Hopefully it picks up. We get some conversations going. But thus far, it's not gonna happen because nobody clicked like, including you, doll. So I'm about to put you in timeout because you couldn't even bother to give me a like. But again, not sure how long I want to run the cardio today. I do have stuff I need to get done. It's going to be a little bit of a busy work at home. I got another consultation. Our consultation calls 2 nights in a row. So, but they're worth it. You know. Folding, did you give me a like before the question? Appreciate it if you did, but yeah, then go ahead and ask your question, bro. And I may or may not have the answer you're looking for. But feel free. All right. That guy is still yelling in his backyard. It's some really young guy too. I don't know what he's doing. Neighbors are going to get annoyed real fast over there. I know some of the people on that street. Is recomping your strength standards possible? Da, I feel like I have answered this like 100 times for you. Yes, you should probably be recomping most of the time. Like, I feel like you don't watch my videos, Da, at this point. I feel like you don't actually watch my content, my current stuff. I've made tons of videos basically saying you should be recomping in some manner most of the time. Whether you're on a slow cut or a slow bulk, recomposition should generally be occurring. I don't know who that lunatic yelling is. He's been yelling the whole time, even before I started this, when I was walking down the street. He's in his backyard. People will call the cops on him here, though. You can't do that. Jason, when do you arrange marriage? My parents Um, I can't answer your cultural questions of that nature, man. Right? So even had 5'10", 152. No, I already told you. You're going to timeout because I've already told you that you need to lean bulk. I've told you 20 times. So you go in timeout again for 24 hours. Until you listen, you go in the corner. All right? So, yeah, I have no idea what that guy's yelling about. I'm sure someone will call the cops on him sooner or later. They'll get tired of it. He's been doing it a while. All right? So who knows? This is why drugs are bad. Right? Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. You end up like that. See, so people are like, people think it's weird that you're walking around all jacked in shorts and a thing. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not even the weirdest stuff in my neighborhood. Welcome to the Texas suburbs. Sounds like a call to prayer. Yeah, no, the police will totally get called on him. They'll come find him. Yeah, they'll find him for that. You can't do that. He's disturbing the peace. We don't put up with stuff like that around here. Right? Oh, man. I don't even know what a call to prayer is. But he's back there yelling in his backyard, disturbing everybody. Because you can hear it a block away. I mean, you guys hear it through the phone, and he is over maybe 200 yards away in his backyard doing this. Yep. But, no, he won't go to jail. He'll get a ticket. He'll get a fine. If you don't pay your fines, you get a warrant. No, he'll be fined for disturbing the peace, a noise complaint. Right? Pretty much how it works. So, I'm glad my neighborhood is quiet mostly. Yeah, mine is too, dude. That's the thing. Like, the number of AR-15s on my street is pretty high. You know. So normally it is a pretty quiet neighborhood. It's a homeowners association and everything. You know. So I don't know what's up with that guy. I'm coming back around his way to in front of his house almost, and he seems to have gotten quiet. He might have stopped. I'm sure neighbors have gone over and said something by now. They'll do that here. He'll be like, come over and say something. They'll check in, see what's going on. Let's get some more likes for all. All right. Homeowner association fees are not my bag. Yeah, they're unavoidable though. It's just how these neighborhoods work. Just the nature of the beast, man. I think I'm gonna come walk down the street, get out of that woody area, see what's going on in the hood. Call it the hood, it is so not the hood. I'm not a big fan of homeowners associations myself. In this case, though, I do personally know the president of the HOA, and we get along with friends. Everybody's cool. I helped him with some stuff when we had the power outages, so that always helps. Looks like you're starting to consider my biceps. Not really, Johnny. You mean all those high volume, high rep stuff? All that 10 to 20 rep sets I did on Wednesday? I did 20 bicep sets. So the U.S. economy is forecasting to do poorly. No, Radishi said that. Dude, we got the people out who tanked the economy. Coach, what's your opinion on all right, we You seem to be focusing on PRs again. What do you mean? Well, no, PRs on big lifts, yeah. Curls, I'm just chasing burn, getting in and doing hard sets. I mean, progressive overload is invariable. Like if you're doing hard 10 or 12 rep sets, you're going to have to add weight eventually or they're not hard. Very straightforward. Here's the downside of going through the neighborhood, all the leaf blowers. People are obsessed with leaf blowers around here. Right? There's like 50 million of them going all the time. Leaf blowing. So, might want to turn around just to avoid the leaf blowers. It's going to be a lot of noise pollution today. There was that guy yelling. Now we got the leaf blowers. Johnny, I don't even understand what point you're talking about. That is straightforward. People's arms are going to be limited by genetics, drugs, time, all those things. And big arms is a relative term. To the average person, I have really big arms. They get compliments. So, not everyone is a pro bodybuilder. It's an FYI. And honestly, most pro bodybuilders are full of junk. Like, look at Joffrey. I'm going to cover that today. He's been shooting the hell out of his triceps. There's so much oil in them. No, Mikey. I have a lawn guy. I hate gardening. I hate grass. Were it not for, if I ever own a house in a neighborhood that's not an homeowners association, all the grass and bushes are going away. I'm getting rid of them. They're going to be rock. All right. The leaf blower makes it hard to concentrate on work. Anyway, what? You prefer an electric, what? How would I know? Dude, I don't do lawn stuff. I'm allergic to grass. I don't have anything to do with that shit. All right. Hey, Johnny. All right, well, you're going to go in timeout. Like, to the average person, I do it, so you're just ridiculous. You go in timeout. What's new with NH? How would I know? I'm not going to go into prices of what I pay for like. Seriously, guys, can we find something to talk about besides lawn work? Jesus Christ. Can we talk about deadlifts? Can we talk about pussy? I mean, something else. Can a small amount of GH? Probably not. I mean, small amount of GH can help with fat loss, but recomp? Not really, no. There have been no muscle growth in any study shown for growth hormone with less than 12 months. To see any muscle growth in the lab is a minimum of 1 year of continuous use. Never been a study to detect any with less than that, not even a gram of muscle growth. So no, it can help with some fat loss a little. It'll help with tendons. All right. Growth hormone is almost worthless too without testosterone. Like if you're not using at least a little test, you're not going to really, you're going to feel like you completely wasted all your money on any growth hormone you bought, I promise you. Just Sunday, long day in garage. Firing up the grill. Yeah. Now adding a significant amount of growth to, a low dose of testosterone will have some benefits over an extended period of time though. It's going to take a little bit though. And small being relative, I mean anywhere that 2 to 4 unit range. So yeah. Oh. To really see pronounced effects though from growth, you probably need about 8 units a day for about a year. That's where most guys kind of see. That's kind of a sweet spot. You do have to build up to 8 units. It's not going to be pleasant if you try to do it immediately. That's something you build up to over a couple months. Pretty much the way growth hormone works. You know, pretty much how it works. Yeah, this chat is dead, man. No one clicked like, so we're not going to get anybody in here. Unfortunately, the biggest problem is that when new people get in, if they don't click the like button, it just kills the feed immediately. So this is probably going to be a dead chat. People let it ran too long without clicking like, so it's not going to get anybody in it. So if you guys will click like for Daddy, that'd be appreciated. There's 12 of you watching. If we could have 12 likes, that would be a game changer. Otherwise, we're just not going to get people in here. And people are going to talk about lawns instead of things that I care about. Like, talk about something I really hate and detest and care nothing about. I think growing grass in your yard is fucking stupid. Me personally, opinion. I don't understand the point. I don't understand why people do it and why it's a cultural thing for us. It literally makes no sense. All right. Hey, Radish. I have no idea. Women from Asia. Asia's a pretty big place. There's a lot of individuals. There's not only a lot of cultures in Asia, there are a lot of individual women. In fact, billions of them. And guess what? You may not be aware of this, but all women from any specific country or region of the world are not exact clones of each other. Okay? They're not clones of each other. You see the problem with your question? If you hate grass, tear it out and cover it with gravel. I agree. We did that when I was in New Mexico in high school. My dad and I did that. He put all this white rock down in our multi-tiered yard. He did have his rose gardens though, so it was all white rock and rose gardens. So yeah, Radish, I have to assume that's a troll question. You can't possibly believe all women from a specific country have the exact same taste in men, number one. Number two, you can't possibly believe that I would know the answer to the question, even if it was true. Right? I mean, and if there was an answer, you could find it on Google as quick as I have. I've never been to China. So I have never set foot in any Asian country in my life. So, hey, Dean, I don't think most women in general, like men who are obsessed with anime, according to the studies and the research, at least American women, actually find it to be off-putting. It actually makes a man less sexually attractive to them. NH doesn't actually have a wife. You guys know he's lying, right? He's not actually married, dude. Not to a woman, at least. Maybe he might be married to Strap-on Destiny. He might be married to a waifu he drew, and maybe some sort of legal ceremony occurred where he married the picture that he drew. But I can assure you he is not married to a woman. Hey, Radish, how would I know? Oh, yeah, I mean, I think Joffrey is, I don't see any reason to think he's lying. I enjoy the whole black and white Popeye cartoons, okay. All right. That's cool, man. So get those likes up. Come on, hit that like button for Daddy. Need to get those up. I might head home, man. This one's kind of boring. And I'm kind of cardioed out. We've been at it for about 30 minutes. All right? At least 30 minutes total. Because I didn't start in here. I was already in the park walking around. Old fart. Well, that's a strange way to start a conversation. Do you kiss your mama with that same mouth? Could Bugs Bunny walk into Mordor? I don't know. I suppose it would depend on what the cartoonist drawing him decided to do. So yes, if the cartoonist drawing Bugs Bunny drew him walking into Mordor, I guess he could. Yeah. This is sort of silly stuff these anime dudes ask. They stand around online. If Vegeta and Goku threw each other's Dragon Balls at each other, would it create a Pikachu paradox with the Pokemons? And it's like, okay, dude, talk about not getting some pussy. Whew. You're like Stannis, the most of any. No, I don't think so. Not really. Stannis is serious all the time. Everyone who knows me is like, dude, Blaha's a fucking clown. I'm more filtered on here. Like my real life bros describe me as Stifler. That's been their running joke for 20 years. They're Stifler. You know. How can I warm before squats and overhead press? I don't know. Do some reverse hypers, do some rows, done, and then get under the barbell. From the American Pie series. Right? Yep. You remind me of that guy. Of which guy? Yeah, I'm very reserved on camera, guys, just because there's rules and stuff, so I'm really chill. I'm a little bit different at first. So people who do consultations and stuff, they laugh like, yeah, you're definitely different. You interact with us than I come across in the screen here. Again, I'm very filtered. You want to reconcile with Jeff's side? No. Why would I give a single fuck about Jeff's side? How does your mom look? How can I say this without it sounding really fucked up? Well, she's gray. The urn hasn't been opened. It's been closed for 20 years. So yeah. I mean, my mom's been dead for 20 years, homie. She died. She was cremated. She's in a very lowly urn, though, that my dad has. Yeah. All right. But I'm home, so I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. I'm going to get some food cooking. I didn't have a say in the matter, Spiky. My dad violated my mom's wishes and cremated her. She didn't want to be cremated. But I'm going to wind this down. Love you guys and gals, and I'll talk to you next time.